Hi, I hope you had a good day today. One of the things we'll be discussing today is how to be able to live and get a job in Europe, more especially considering the financial situations that people are going through, economic challenges. But it's very critical that we know, despite all these challenges, we as individuals, as beings, we can be able to get jobs here in Europe. My name is Emeka, and I live here in Germany and also in Spain. We are going to consider 8 factors that will help you pivot yourself and at the same time be able to communicate your skills very well, especially soft skills, so that you can be able to have access to the very challenging job market. But once you're in, you're locked. So what are some of these 8 factors? Well, looking at the ChatGPT here, it gives me a lot of information on how to get a job in Europe. First of all, you've got to determine your work eligibility. That means, do you have EU citizenship? You can work freely in any European country without any visa, with no permit whatsoever. But what if, like some of us, we are non-EU citizens? So you will likely need, first of all, a work visa, a resident permit. Some countries even have job seeker visas or blue card schemes for like skilled workers, especially here in Germany. The second aspect you've got to pay close attention to is you need to tailor your CV and your cover letter for the European market. Now, this is very critical because you are now trying to pivot your skills in order for an exchange of payment. You've got to use European style CV. For example, Europass is very critical. The format, excuse me. You've got to be specific. You've got to be concise. You have to emphasize your qualifications, your skills, your experiences. You need to adjust your cover letter to the company, to the role, and country. The third point is search for jobs on European job portals. So if you're living in Germany, you've got to search for jobs in the portals one can find online, and also in the agencies that provide or help people to get jobs. EURES is very good, eures.europa.eu. LinkedIn is also helpful. We've got Indeed Europe, which is country specific, more especially here in Germany. We've got Glassdoor, Stepstone, Monster, or Jobs in Network, more especially for expatriates. But it's also critical that you look at companies directly on their website and try to apply there as well, because now it goes directly to the hiring manager. And that takes us to the fourth point that we are looking at today. You've got to consider international companies or remote work. Depends on what suits your circumstances. Look into companies with English as the working language, but you also have to be ready to learn the local language because it makes communication with your colleagues, your boss, much easier. So in my own situation, I had to learn German, and when I was in Spain, I learned Spanish, and I tell you, it works. If you're looking for remote jobs, you have to look at your skill set, whether it allows you to work in remote environment, for example, tech, design, marketing, and etc. Try platforms like We Work Remotely, Remote Work, Flex Jobs, and Angel List. These are also critical if you want to find a job here in Germany. The fifth point we'll be looking at today is learn the local language. I've mentioned it before, and this is critical, especially here in Germany. It makes your life so much easier. Even if the job is in English, knowing the local language helps a lot for both work and, of course, daily living. The sixth aspect is use your network. Now, this can be challenging because if you're new in a country, you don't have any network whatsoever. And this is something that you've got to build. Here in Germany, they have job fairs. Attend those job fairs close to you, where you live. And at the same time, try to visit agencies, work agencies, these people have access to managers at companies that can give you access to works, but at the same time, maybe you're not earning a lot of money at the beginning, but you've got to have your one step inside an organization. I did the same, and once you're in, then you bring out your skills, your soft skills, and pivot them, and of course, see how it works out for you. We've got here in Germany, for example, industry events as well. For example, I'm going to post a video as well. Last year, we attended an industry event here in Germany. You see a lot of high-tech companies, both in Germany and international, trying to pivot their future perspectives. So this will help you to know how you can be able to tailor your own skills according to their needs as well. Reach out to contacts, alumni groups, and communities. For example, expert forums. LinkedIn is also good because that's where you can be able to develop networking as fast as you can. I mentioned before working with recruitment agencies. This is number 7 we are going to discuss as well, especially in fields like IT, engineering, finance. Recruiters can help us match with companies that need what we have. The 8th point is understanding the local labor market. Each country has its own hiring style. Peak seasons, for example, is very important at the beginning of the year when companies are now starting new projects. For example, if you're targeting a particular type of job or industry, it is important you know what they do and when do they normally have their projects. For example, some industries are they have 4-year cycles. You know, if you're working in a bigger conglomerate like I do, some industries, they are 24-hour businesses. That means, you must also be able to align your skills to what they are also offering. Understanding the labor market, that's the 8th point. Each country has its own hiring style. We've got peak seasons and preferred platforms. So if you really want to know more about here in Germany, how you can be able to have workforce in some of the very good organizations that provide not only job, but at the same time, very good standard of living, let me know, write in the commentary. You can contact me personally, and I can give you some tips because I do some consulting works as well. If you need help in polishing your CV, for example, feel free to contact me, and by so doing, we can help you to get your foot in Germany. It's a huge labor market here in Germany. They require a lot of high-skilled individuals and also those with low skills as well. So do not think that, well, I don't have a lot of qualification, this job is not for me. No, you've got to do your best. And at the same time, you're also going to see what kind of skills do I need to acquire in order to break into this job market. So, and as you do, I definitely guarantee you, you will find success in looking for a new job, more especially here in Germany and other parts of Europe that you want to get into. So as I said before, my name is Emeka. I am an SAP consultant, and I work for one of the biggest companies here in Germany, and I can leverage my experiences and at the same time give you a tailored information, advice that will help you to get the success that you really dream. So please subscribe to my channel and tell me how you feel and tell me what you want me to discuss. I will do it for you free of charge. Thank you very much.